Are you wondering if solo travel is for you? In this video, I'm going to give you some advantages and disadvantages of traveling solo. Solo travel is not for everybody, but I do always still recommend that everyone try solo travel just once in their lifetime, even if it is just for a weekend getaway. Now let's jump right into some of the advantages and disadvantages of solo travel. Now I'm going to start off with the advantages. So the first one is that you can do whatever you like. You have no schedule. You don't have to check with anyone to make sure that you can sleep in today, or you don't feel like going to the museum today, so you're going to go do this instead. You can just go ahead and make those changes and do things on a whim. You can just decide that you're not going to do anything today, but you're going to sit in that cafe and just people watch all day long. So that is a wonderful experience to have no one to confer with and no one to be able to say, I don't really feel like doing that. So no compromises. One of my favorite things about solo traveling is how much it gives you a confidence boost. Now, you wouldn't necessarily think this initially when you are planning your trip because all those little fears come up. And yeah, maybe the first day or two might be a little bumpy because, some fears come up or you're, worried about getting around. But once you find that little groove of traveling on your own, it is so remarkable on how it shows you how capable you are of being able to figure out all those things in finding out where to go in a foreign country, how to get around, deciding where you're going to eat, deciding which monuments you're going to go to, purchasing tickets. So all these little things that we often sometimes rely on other people to do or have, a buddy system on, okay, let's make this decision together. Able to make them all on your own, and it just shoots your confidence through the roof. And the next one I have is when you are traveling solo, you are able to decide where you are going to splurge and where you're going to save. Now, you don't always get this option when you're traveling with someone else, and this is not just, your day-to-day things. This can include your accommodations, how you're getting to your location, how often you're traveling to different day trips or different other cities. You can decide where you are going to spend and splurge. Now, the disadvantages. So there's always going to be disadvantages to all the advantages. The first one that is a disadvantage is you are making all of the decisions. Now, this can get tiring after a while, and it's called decision fatigue. Now, just, becomes so a little bit more overwhelming making all the decisions all of the time. Now, you can help yourself with this, especially in the planning stage, is to make a lot of your decisions before you leave and giving yourself enough time to plan your trip so that you have breaks that you're able to do between all the decision making that you're going to be having to do. And then lastly is eating alone. Eating alone can be harder for some than others, but it just takes a little bit more practice. The more you do it, the more you're going to be okay with it. You just want to basically fake it until you make it. So fake that you got a ton of confidence, a ton of balls just to go in there and sit down and eat by yourself. You can also bring a book if you have a guidebook that you're bringing, but I like to also sit and people watch, and I also like to use this time to write in my journal so that I have, things going on that I did during the day. I have that written down and I can do that while I'm eating. So there are workarounds for all the disadvantages that come with it, but you want to be aware of what these disadvantages are before you go on to your trip. So if you have any other questions, please put them down below and I'd love to answer those for you. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I talk everything about travel and photography. If that's something that interests you, hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I will talk to you next time. Bye.